Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I say this is Intervlog, and I am here once more. I am here because there is one important information that I brought to you people today, and this information is unbelievable. I say it is unbelievable, and you would ask me, why am I repeating the word unbelievable twice? Well, it is because there is a fire on the mountain. This fire has been there, but some thought it had been quenched, but all of a sudden, boom, the fire emerged again. And you would ask, what is that fire? Well, that fire is war in Sahel. You heard me very clearly. War in Sahel is still an option for Ecowas. You would also ask me, how did I know that there is going to be a war in Sahel? Well, based on what Ecowas said during their meeting yesterday, it is obvious that what they are targeting is war. Therefore, listen carefully and hear how it happened. Ecowas had urgent meeting yesterday, and on that meeting, Ecowas was not alone. African Union was with Ecowas. African Union Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security was present in Abuja yesterday during the meeting, and what he said will marvel you. He said that Sahel state pullout is unacceptable, that there is no way both Africa Union and Ecowas will accept it.
Excellencies, the African Union is indeed very proud of Ecowas. We advocate for a united community. We advocate and we fully support the unity of Ecowas. The withdrawal by 3 countries is unacceptable to the African Union, and we believe in one Ecowas.
Now, after saying that it will be unacceptable to allow Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to go, they began to discuss about having a regional force to restore constitutional order in Economic Community of West African States. At the end, they came up that the conclusion would be to have a regional force to restore constitutional order. And the regional forces will be at least 5,000 soldiers. Now, if the 5,000 soldiers are going to be funded with the $2.6 billion to restore constitutional order, which constitutional order are they going to restore? Is it not to bring Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso back? To me, I see it as a declaration of war. West African bloc Ecowas warned on Sunday that the region is on the brink of falling apart after the military rulers of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso engineered a secessionist movement. The 3 countries formed a Confederation of Sahelian States at a meeting on the eve of the Economic Community of West African States Leaders Summit, a new test for the bloc they declared they were splitting from earlier this year. Ecowas is already struggling with large-scale financial problems and the challenges of organizing a regional military force. It was not clear what action the bloc would take after the Abuja summit, although Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu called on Senegal's new leader to act as a special envoy to Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, without providing details. ECOWAS Commission President Omar Aliou Touré said the withdrawal of Sahel countries risks political isolation, losing millions of dollars in funding and hampering freedom of movement. According to Touré, the rift would also increase insecurity and disrupt the work of the long-proposed regional force. Our region is at risk of falling apart, he warned. Backs turned. In Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso came to power in recent years after a series of coups, and in January announced their intention to leave ECOWAS. They have turned their backs on former colonial ruler France and expelled French troops. Nigerian General Abdurrahmane Tiani called for the creation of a community far removed from the stranglehold of foreign powers. Our people have irrevocably turned their backs on ECOWAS, Tiani said Saturday at the Sahel Group meeting in Niamey, rejecting the bloc's pleas to rejoin. The decision by the three countries to withdraw was partly motivated by accusations that Paris was manipulating Ecowas and not providing enough support for anti-jihadist initiatives. Several West African leaders have called for a resumption of dialogue, and Sunday's summit was the first for new Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, who said in May that reconciliation was possible. We must do everything we can to prevent these three brotherly countries from withdrawing from Ecowas, he said on Sunday, adding that reforms were needed to adapt Ecowas to the realities of our times. Niger's ties with Ecowas deteriorated after the July 2023 coup that brought Tiani to power. The union imposed sanctions and threatened military intervention to reinstate ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. Sanctions were lifted in February, but relations remain bad. Military strength. Ecowas is also discussing how to finance a regional force to restore constitutional order. It was proposed to subsequently create a brigade of 5,000 soldiers. This would cost about $2.6 billion per year. Ecowas has carried out military interventions in the past. Ecowas and African Union may be targeting war in Sahel. This is a big problem, and this is the reason I say, by the time we thought that the fire has been quenched, all of a sudden, boom, a big flame emerged yesterday. Now my question is this: if Africa Union and Ecowas happen to join hand together to force Ibrahim Traore, Tiani and Goita to come back to Ecowas, how do you see this action? Because that will mean that Niger will return back and to be paying to France. And that will mean that France will also be extracting uranium from Niger. That also will mean that both French and American soldiers being kicked out from Sahel will all go back to the bases they had in Sahel region. And after listening and seeing what Ecowas is trying to do you see as a good step? And do you think they are going to succeed if later they decide to force this constitutional order, as they call it? And do you think that both Putin and the South Americans are going to come to rescue the Sahel Alliance? Put down on the comment section what you expect that would happen, and I am going to read each and every comment you put down there. Because this is a very, very big problem. ECOWAS has said that Sahel Alliance leaving the Ecowas is unacceptable, and they have begun to create a regional force to force their constitutional order. And that their constitutional order is that nobody can leave the Ecowas. Big problem. Well, I am waiting for your comment on the comment session because this is exactly what is happening. Nobody should rejoice yet. I say nobody should rejoice yet. There could be a big problem in the front, and this is a breaking news. Thank you very much for watching. And this is Intervlog. I'm going to read every comment you put down on the comment section. So see you there. Thank you.